So what's up, guys? Do you see this behind me? Why are old school skateboards cool again? What the heck are you talking about? Oh man, the youngins, that we need to keep these boys in check. Let's see what happens on this video. I can only imagine. I mentioned before in a previous video, it might have been John Hill that put a fidget spinner for wheels on a skateboard. Maybe. So, how much advice can we take? Serious here. Um, why are old school skateboards cool again? Dude, doesn't it seem like everything old school's cool again? Some of the clothes, I start to see it coming back. Dang, dude. What else? What else? The BMX bikes. BMX is back. Fully cool again. The old school stuff, too. All the old brands are coming back. The artwork's coming back. The colors are coming back. The 80s seem to be coming back, except for politics? Yeah, no, that shit's out in left field. So we're going to leave that there. But let's see what John Hill has to say about this, because I can only imagine.
Recently, I've seen a lot of skateboarders bring back old skateboard
Yeah?
shapes, kind of like this one. And I don't blame them at all. When I first saw the shape, I was like, I want to know how that feels. I want to know how a 10-inch board feels, because I usually skate an 825. It's a big difference in skateboarding. The main goal today is to see if an old school shape can actually replace a popsicle shape of today, because these have been optimized.
Okay, let me cut in. So, old school shape, like he is legit holding up an old school shape. I mean, that thing is flat. That thing has no nose. And that's the epitome of old school shape. So I got to give him credit there. He's being full legit on this one. I stand on those boards because I have a few buddies that ride them. And I don't feel like I can skate those at all. And I don't have a bag of tricks, right? Besides transition skateboarding, which they were probably designed for. They were used for. Back in those days, we didn't have that test of time to find out what we really liked. And I don't want to ride one doing that, or probably anything else, because I like concave. So anyway, I got to give John credit there. He's really going old school on this deck. So let's see.
Street skateboarding, but so many people love these. By the way, I am sponsored by Revive Skateboards. I just wanted to test out a 10-inch deck, and Revive does not have those. But today, I will actually show you my new Revive.
Okay, we got enough of that. Let's scrub through this. He is sponsored by Revive. He doesn't say he's pro for Revive. Kind of like that. I think I saw a video recently where Aaron Cairo, mentioned he was pro for Revive. And I'm a little weird when he says it. Is he good? I don't know. Like when he says it, it's like, dude, you got your own board brand. I think you got your own brand. You can't make yourself pro. So it's an interesting little workaround where Andy Schrott can do it. I don't know. Either way, if you haven't seen my Chris Chan video, go look at that one. That dude's a full ripper. I laid out some feelings of mine originally. First making the video, Chris Chan, watching him battle at the barracks with, who's that skater? Ripper. Full ripper. I can't remember. I'm. You know what? I can spend all day thinking about this. I'm still thinking about it. I'm gonna let it go right here. But he beat a top OG pro skater in Battle of the Barracks, and it's impressive. But the dude has tricks. I mean, galore. And then I reacted to Chris Jocelyn, a My War video where he went down this huge stair set, and I was sort of awakened to the idea of what these true pro skaters, like legit pro skaters, really go through for their work and their job. The value that a YouTube skater adds is influence. They have a lot of fans, a lot of people, and that's super valuable, and may in some cases even be more valuable than a pro, possibly. But the word pro going with somebody who's willing to just break an ankle or whatever off the most gnarly tricks, that does deserve some respect. So my opinion, the one I left in the Chris Chan video, may have slightly changed a little bit, giving definitely more respect to the true pro skater. Aaron Cairo, pro skater, weird for me. Weird for me. Yeah. So anyway, let's finish this out. All right, so here we go. I have it queued up. Normal kickflip. So I'm fast forwarding through a whole bunch of sponsors, ads, YouTube commercials, the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna piece this one together some. So we're starting with the normal kickflip. Regular board, old school board. Pretty damn good. Backside flip, pretty good. Terrible camera view, pretty good. Wow. Legit. Frontside 50-50. Perfect. Wow. Burial Hill. That's good. Off that board. Nice. Wow. That's impressive. Now, how much editing is involved in this? You know, how many tries did it take? Like, I'd like to see this a little bit in a straight run so that I could see, like, is he just busting these? I mean, if he's just one-timing these, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. I think we have a lot built up in our head around a 10-inch board, or the shoes we wear, how broken our shoes are, right? Like all that whole deal, which those shoes are pretty broken. But that board ain't, man. And doing any kind of a flip trick off the front of that nose on that old school board, that's impressive. So, like, I'm pretty impressed with this. And it's like, I think that's, like with my skateboarding channel, you get all the suck. It just comes with it, because that's all I got really to show. The fact that I'm scared and I'm going to crash, and I'm just going to try to get over the fear to try to even get somewhere with something. I specialize in the shit, right? The shit part of the video. But this is impressive to me. Super impressive.
I did 10 tricks and the results are actually pretty shocking. So when it comes to ollies alone, like when I had an ollie over the tall barrier, this board was a little more strange because there is no nose, but I was surprised to see how high I could actually ollie without there being a nose on the board. I didn't know how non-essential noses were for ollies. I figured my foot would just slide right off, and it was a little more difficult, but that just didn't happen at all. When it comes to the kickflip,
didn't happen at all. So, man, that's super impressive. I mean, we saw one that he fouled up there, but dude, that's a big ollie, man. I couldn't get up that for $1 million on any board, right? It'd need to be like jet powered and on accident. That was impressive. So, kick flips.
The backside flip, even the tray flip, nothing felt different. Actually, the tray flip and the switch tray flip I did faster on this skateboard, and I think maybe because there's a bigger tail, and I don't know why. It was just easier on this board. Even still.
Tray flip?
The biggest difference was obviously the nollie flip. There is no nose on this board, so expecting to do anything nollie is going to be ridiculous. So it kind of just ends up like this floppy, weird nollie thing where your nose doesn't even touch the ground. Still cool. As opposed to a normal skateboard where it pops high. I will say with the fakie manual fakie flip, it was easier on my normal skateboard because normal skateboards are easier to actually flip around. Since this board is a little wider, maybe a little heavier, it feels like it takes more effort to get it to actually flip.
Like he says, maybe a little heavier. Now, the thing going in all of us OGs' heads all the time is you can't do this kind of street stuff on these boards. I mean, like Nodis did, and some guys in the old days did it, you know, but they really separated a freestyle deck to, like, you know, a street deck for the day, right? The big, you know, board that Nodis rode and everybody else rode, you know, those big fish shape deck. So that's pretty cool to hear John explaining it that way. Like, hey man, It's really no different. Like maybe weight played a part in it, but he's not making up a ton of excuses. And I love that in this video because we whine about it. We whine about it all the time. Now, I don't know how to kickflip. I have made videos trying to kickflip a 10-inch board with 215, Indy 215, which is a 10-inch truck. And I did it. And I did it several times. And I've done it in several videos. But I still don't know how to kickflip. And I honestly don't feel that they're any easier on a 9-inch deck versus a 10-inch deck at all. It still feels kind of random and lucky when I make it, but I wouldn't say it feels any easier. So I want to learn to kickflip on whatever kind of board I like to ride. So it's really neat to hear somebody like John, who doesn't ride one of those boards ever, get on it and do these kind of tricks and be like, this really wasn't any harder. And in some cases, like the 360 flip or the tray flip, that it might actually even be easier. Like, that's pretty cool.
But if you can do flip tricks solidly at all, it feels pretty similar. I think the biggest thing with this board is actually getting used to the trucks, which were a little wider. They're brand new, so I'm turning a little weird and loosey-goosey. But as for the skateboard itself, I mean, in the past when I've seen people skate boards like this, I'd be like, how do they do that trick on that board? That's so insane. But now I see why. It really doesn't make that big of a difference. So I feel like anyone out there who does want to try to get like a shaped deck, you can. I don't think it's gonna make a big hindrance on your process in skateboarding. I will stick to the popsicle shake because that's what I'm used to. And you know, anything else is just for fun. So that's just what the cruiser board.
Yeah, and we didn't expect that to change at all. But I think it's cool that he was able to, like, you know, he's a YouTuber, so we're all looking for things to talk about. But to be able to go back and grab one of these boards and to do it legitimately by grabbing something that's flat, super flat like that with very little concave is really going the whole 9 yards. So I can appreciate the fact that he did that and took the time to do this video. Because you know what? No matter what, in my mind now, I'm thinking it's less of an obstacle. Because I watched John Hill do it. You know, way more skilled at skating than I am, for sure. But still, I can build off of that.
The skateboard is it's just for fun. And now I want some challenges for, you know, I'm gonna make some challenges. Before we get into the challenges that we're gonna do today, a word from our sponsor, Squarespace.
We're gonna tap out right there. My hat is off to John Hill. That was well done. That was not cutting any corners. Why not go back and try the OG boards? Peace, dudes.